I see her for the first time on a Monday morning. She is standing in line at the coffee shop. She is wearing a yellow dress. Her hair is long and dark. But what I notice most is her smile. She is smiling at the person behind the counter. Just a simple smile, but it lights up the whole room. It lights up something inside me, too. I do not know her name. I do not know anything about her. But in that moment, something changes. I feel it in my chest, a small flutter, a small hope. I order my coffee. I try not to stare, but my eyes keep finding her. She takes her coffee and leaves. The yellow dress disappears through the door. And just like that, she is gone. But I cannot forget that smile. My name is Daniel. I am 28 years old. I work at a small bookstore downtown. My life is quiet, simple. Some people might say boring. I wake up, I go to work, I come home, I read books, I go to bed. Every day is the same. I do not have many friends. I do not go to parties. I do not date much. The truth is, I am shy. Talking to people makes me nervous. Talking to women makes me more nervous. So I stay quiet. I stay in my small world. Safe. Alone. But lately I have been feeling something else. A kind of loneliness. A kind of emptiness. Like something is missing. And then I see her. The girl in the yellow dress. And suddenly I want something more. Where are you listening from today? I hope my story reaches you wherever you are. The next day, I go to the coffee shop again. I tell myself it is just for coffee, but deep down, I know the truth. I am hoping to see her again. And I do. She is there. Same time, same place. But today, she is wearing a blue dress. Her smile is the same. Bright, warm, beautiful. This time, she looks at me. Just for a second. Our eyes meet. My heart jumps. I look away quickly. I feel my face get hot. I order my coffee. My hands are shaking. I can barely speak. The person behind the counter looks at me strangely. "You okay?" they ask. "Yes," I say, but my voice sounds strange. I take my coffee. I walk to a small table in the corner. I sit down. I try to read the book I brought, but I cannot focus. My eyes keep moving to her. She is sitting by the window. She is reading too. Her face is peaceful. Calm. Every few minutes, she smiles at something in her book. Each time she smiles, I feel it. Like the sun coming out from behind clouds. I want to talk to her. I want to say hello. But fear holds me back. What if she does not like me? What if I say something stupid? What if I ruin this moment? So I just watch. And I feel like a fool. She finishes her coffee. She stands up. She walks toward the door. As she passes my table, she looks at me again. She smiles. "Nice book," she says. I look down. I am holding a book about birds. I do not even like birds that much. I just grabbed it from the store. "Thanks," I say. But she is already gone. I sit there for a long time. My coffee gets cold, but I do not care. She spoke to me. She smiled at me, and I feel something I have not felt in a long time. I feel alive. That night I cannot sleep. I keep thinking about her smile, about the way she said, "Nice book." It was just 2 words, but to me, they mean everything. The next day, I go back to the coffee shop, and the next day, and the next. She is always there. We never sit together, we never really talk, but something is building between us. Something small, something quiet. One day it rains, hard, heavy rain, the kind that soaks you in seconds. I am at the coffee shop. I am drinking my coffee. I am watching the rain hit the windows. And then she comes in. She is wet. Her hair is dripping. Her dress is stuck to her skin. But she is laughing. A bright, happy laugh. She sees me. "Crazy weather, right?" "Yeah," I say. "Really crazy." She orders her coffee. Then she does something that surprises me. She walks over to my table. "Can I sit here?" she asks. "All the other seats are taken." I look around. The shop is full. She is right. "Of course," I say. She sits down. She is so close. I can smell her perfume, something light and sweet, like flowers. "I see you here every day," she says. "I see you too," I say. Then I realize how that sounds. I mean, I come here every day, for coffee, so... yeah. She laughs. Not a mean laugh, a kind laugh. "It's okay. I notice you too." My heart is beating so fast. I think she can hear it. "I'm Emma," she says. "Daniel," I say. "Nice to meet you, Daniel." "Nice to meet you too." We sit there. The rain keeps falling outside. Inside, it feels warm, safe. "What are you reading today?" she asks. I show her my book. It is about stars this time. "Do you like space?" she asks. "Kind of," I say. "I like learning about things." "Me too," she says. She shows me her book. It is a novel, a love story. "I like stories," she says. "Stories about people, about feelings, about life." "That sounds nice," I say. We talk for an hour, maybe more. I do not notice the time. I do not notice the rain stopping. I only notice her. She tells me she works at a school. She teaches children. She loves her job. She loves seeing kids learn and grow. I tell her about the bookstore, about how I love being around books, about how they feel like old friends. She smiles. "That's beautiful." When it is time to go, I do not want to leave, but she stands up. "I have to go," she says, "but this was really nice." "Yeah," I say. Really nice. See you tomorrow, she asks. Yes, I say. Tomorrow. She smiles, and then she leaves. I sit there alone, but I do not feel alone. I feel happy. I feel light. Her smile is my weakness, but maybe that is okay. The days after that are different. We meet at the coffee shop every morning. We talk, we laugh, we share stories. I learn more about her. She loves music. She plays the piano. She has a cat named Luna. She likes rainy days and old movies. She learns about me too. She asks questions. She listens. Really listens. No one has ever listened to me like that before. One day, she asks me something. Why are you always alone? The question surprises me. I do not know what to say. I don't know, I say finally. I guess I'm just shy. There's nothing wrong with being shy, she says. But you're also kind and interesting. You should let people see that. It's hard, I say. I know, she says. But some things are worth being scared for. I think about her words all day, all week. Am I scared? Yes, I am scared of a lot of things. Scared of being hurt, scared of being rejected, scared of being too much or not enough. But I am also tired of being alone, tired of being safe. One morning I make a decision. I am going to tell her how I feel. I practice in my head. I think of all the right words. But when I see her, all those words disappear. She sits down with her coffee. She smiles at me. That smile. Are you okay? She asks. You look nervous. I am nervous, I say. Why? I take a deep breath. Because I want to tell you something, and I'm scared. She reaches across the table. She puts her hand on mine. Her hand is warm. It's okay, she says. You can tell me. I look at her kind eyes, at her gentle smile. I like you, I say, a lot, more than just a friend, and I know we've only known each other for a few weeks, and maybe it's too soon, but I had to tell you, because your smile is my weakness, and I don't want to hide how I feel anymore. The words come out fast, messy, not perfect, but honest. She is quiet for a moment. My heart feels like it might explode. And then she smiles. That beautiful smile. I like you too, she says. I cannot believe it. Really? Really, she says. I've been waiting for you to say something. I laugh. It is a laugh of relief, of joy. I'm sorry it took so long, I say. It's okay, she says. Some things are worth waiting for. We sit there holding hands. The coffee shop is busy around us. People are talking and laughing. But we are in our own world. That weekend we go on our first real date. We walk by the river. We talk for hours. We watch the sunset together. When the sky turns orange and pink, she leans her head on my shoulder. This is perfect, she says. It is, I agree. But the perfect moment does not last forever. Nothing does. A few weeks later, Emma gets quiet. She does not smile as much. Something is wrong. One evening, we sit on a bench in the park. The air is cool. The leaves are starting to fall. "Daniel," she says, "I need to tell you something." My stomach drops. What is it? "I'm moving," she says, "in 2 months, to another city, for a new job." I feel like I cannot breathe. What? "I applied for it before I met you," she says. "I didn't think I would get it, but I did." "Are you going to go?" I ask. She looks down. "I don't know. It's a really good job. It's what I've always wanted." "Then you should go," I say, but my voice cracks. "But what about us?" she asks. "I don't know," I say. We sit there in silence. The weight of the future presses down on us. That night, I cannot sleep. I think about Emma leaving. I think about losing her. And I feel something break inside me. But then I think about something she said. Some things are worth being scared for. The next morning, I go to the coffee shop. Emma is there. She looks tired, like she did not sleep either. I sit down next to her. I take her hand. "Emma," I say, "I don't want to lose you." "I don't want to lose you either," she says. "Then let's not," I say. "Let's try. Long distance, video calls, visits, whatever it takes." "It will be hard," she says. "I know," I say, "but you are worth it." She looks at me. Her eyes are wet. "You really mean that?" "Yes," I say. "I spent so many years being scared, being alone. But then I met you, and you changed everything. I'm not going to let fear win again." She smiles, and even though there are tears on her face, it is still the most beautiful smile I have ever seen. "Okay," she says. "Let's try." The next 2 months are bittersweet. We spend every moment we can together. We make memories. We take pictures. We hold each other close. And when the day comes for her to leave, we stand at the train station. Her bags are packed. The train is waiting. "I'm going to miss you so much," she says. "I'm going to miss you too," I say. "But we'll talk every day, right?" "Every single day," I promise. She kisses me. It is a long, soft kiss. A kiss that says everything we cannot put into words. And then she gets on the train. She waves at me through the window. I wave back. The train starts to move. It goes faster. And then it is gone. I stand there for a long time. The platform is empty, but I do not feel empty. Because I know this is not the end. It is just a new beginning. We call every night. We text during the day. We send each other pictures. We make it work. It is hard. Some days are really hard. I miss her. I miss her smile. I miss holding her hand. But I also feel something else. I feel proud. Proud that I took the risk. Proud that I chose love over fear. 6 months later, I save enough money. I visit her. When I get off the train, she is waiting for me. She runs to me. She jumps into my arms. "You're here," she says. "I'm here," I say. We spend a beautiful weekend together, and when it is time for me to leave, I do not feel sad. I feel hopeful, because love is not about being in the same place all the time. Love is about choosing each other, no matter what. A year later, something changes. The bookstore offers me a chance to manage a new branch in Emma's city. I say yes without thinking twice. When I tell Emma, she cries, happy tears. "You're coming here?" she asks. "I'm coming home," I say. Because home is not a place. Home is a person. Home is her. Sometimes love starts with a smile, a simple smile. But that smile can change everything. It can make you brave. It can make you hope. It can make you believe in something bigger than yourself. Emma's smile was my weakness, but it was also my strength. It taught me that taking risks is worth it, that opening your heart is worth it, that love is always worth it. If you are listening to this story today, I want to tell you something. Do not be afraid to feel. Do not be afraid to love. Do not be afraid to be vulnerable. Yes, it is scary. Yes, you might get hurt. But you might also find something beautiful, something real, something worth everything. Thank you for listening to my story. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a like. And please comment below and tell me where you are listening from. I love hearing from all of you. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel for more stories that help you learn English and touch your heart. Until next time, remember, sometimes love grows slowly. Sometimes it starts with just a smile. But when it is real, it is always worth fighting for. Take care of yourself, and never stop believing in love. I stand at the window. The rain is falling. Soft, gentle rain. The kind that makes everything look grey and quiet. I hold a cup of tea in my hands. The cup is warm, but my hands still feel cold. I am thinking about him, about us, about everything I gave, everything I lost. My name is Sarah. I am 30 years old, and this is the story of how I loved someone more than I loved myself. It started 3 years ago. I was 27. I worked at a small library in the town centre. My life was simple, quiet. I liked it that way. Every day was the same. I woke up early. I made coffee. I walked to work. I organised books. I helped people find stories. I came home. I read. I slept. I did not have many friends. I did not go out much. I was happy in my small world, safe in my routine. But sometimes, late at night, I felt something, a kind of loneliness, a kind of wanting, like there was a space inside me, waiting to be filled. Where are you listening from today? I hope this story finds you well. One Tuesday morning, everything changed. A man walked into the library. He was tall. He had dark hair and kind eyes. He wore a grey coat. He came to the desk where I was working. "Excuse me," he said. "Can you help me find a book?" "Of course," I said. "What book are you looking for?" "I don't know the title," he said, "but it's about stars, about the night sky." I smiled. "Follow me." I took him to the science section. I showed him 3 different books. He looked at each one carefully. "This one," he said. He picked up a book about constellations. "This is perfect." "Good choice," I said. He looked at me. Really looked at me. "Thank you. You really know your books." I love books, I said. They're like friends. He smiled. It was a warm smile. I'm Alex. I'm Sarah, I said. Nice to meet you, Sarah. Nice to meet you too. He checked out the book. As he was leaving, he turned back. Maybe I'll see you again, he said. Maybe, I said. And I did see him again. He came back the next week, and the week after that. Each time he asked about books. Each time we talked a little longer. One day he asked me something different. Would you like to have coffee with me, after work? My heart jumped. Yes, I said. I would like that. That evening we sat in a small cafe near the library. The lights were soft and warm. We talked for hours. He told me about his job. He was a photographer. He travelled to different places. He took pictures of nature, of people, of life. It sounds wonderful, I said. It is, he said, but it's also lonely sometimes, always moving, never staying. I understand lonely, I said. He looked at me with those kind eyes. I think you do. We met again and again. Coffee turned into dinner. Dinner turned into long walks in the park. Long walks turned into holding hands. I was falling in love, fast and deep. I had never felt this way before. Like my heart was too big for my chest. Like every moment with him was magic. He made me laugh. He listened when I talked. He looked at me like I was the only person in the world. After 2 months, he asked me to be his girlfriend. We were sitting by the river. The sun was setting. The sky was orange and pink. Sarah, he said, I know we haven't known each other long, but I feel something with you. Something real. I feel it too, I said. Will you be mine? He asked. Yes, I said. Yes. He kissed me. It was my first real kiss, and it felt like coming home. The first few months were beautiful, perfect. He came to my apartment every evening. We cooked dinner together, we watched old movies, we talked about everything and nothing. He took pictures of me. He said I was his favourite subject. You're beautiful, he would say. I'm just ordinary, I would reply. Not to me, he would say. I was happy, truly happy. I thought this was it. This was the love I had been waiting for. But slowly, things started to change. He started to cancel plans. I'm sorry, he would say. I have to work late. He stopped coming over as much. I'm tired, he would say. Can we stay in? He looked at his phone more. He talked to me less. At first, I told myself it was normal. People get busy. People get comfortable. This is just what happens in relationships. But deep down, I felt something. A small worry. A small fear. One night, we were sitting on the couch. He was on his phone. I was trying to talk to him. Alex, I said, are you listening? He said. He did not look up. Never mind, I said. I felt small, invisible. That night, I wrote in my journal. I write every night. It is where I put my real feelings. I wrote, I feel like I am losing him. Or maybe I never really had him. I don't know anymore. I just know I feel scared. The next day, I tried to talk to him. Alex, is everything okay? I asked. Yeah? Why? He said. You seem distant, I said. I'm just stressed with work, he said. That's all. Okay, I said. But I did not believe him. I started to change. I started to do things to make him happy, to keep him close. If he wanted to watch a movie I did not like, I said yes. If he wanted to eat food I did not want, I said yes. If he was too tired to talk, I stayed quiet. I stopped seeing my few friends. I stopped going to my book club. I only wanted to be available for him. I thought if I gave more, he would love me more. I thought if I asked for less, he would stay. But the more I gave, the less he seemed to care. The less I asked for, the less he gave. One evening, he forgot our anniversary, our 1-year anniversary. I had made dinner. I had bought a small gift. I waited for him. He came home 3 hours late. I'm sorry, he said. I forgot. You forgot, I said. My voice was quiet, but I was breaking inside. I've been so busy, he said. Work is crazy right now. It's always work, I said. What does that mean? He asked. It means I feel like I don't matter anymore, I said. He sighed. He looked tired. Sarah, don't be like this. You know I care about you. Do I? I asked. Yes, he said. You're being too sensitive. Too sensitive. Those words hurt. They made me feel like my feelings were wrong, like I was wrong. I'm sorry, I said. Even though I was the one hurting, even though he was the one who forgot. That night, I cried, alone in my bed. Quiet tears, the kind that come from deep inside. But the next morning, I woke up and I smiled. I made him breakfast. I told him it was okay, because I loved him. And when you love someone, you forgive, right? Weeks passed, then months. Things got worse. He came home later and later. He stopped touching me, stopped kissing me. We lived in the same apartment, but we felt miles apart. I kept trying. I kept giving. I worked extra hours to help pay his bills when he said money was tight. I cleaned the apartment even when I was exhausted. I made his favorite meals even when I was too tired to eat. I was disappearing, piece by piece, day by day. My friends stopped calling. I had said no too many times. My boss asked if I was okay. I said yes, but my smile did not reach my eyes. One night, I looked in the mirror. I did not recognize the person looking back. My eyes looked empty. My face looked tired. I looked like a shadow. I wrote in my journal, "I don't know who I am anymore. I gave him everything. But what did I keep for myself? Nothing." The next day, I came home early from work. I wanted to surprise Alex. Maybe we could talk. Really talk. I opened the door. The apartment was quiet. Too quiet. I walked to the bedroom. The door was open. And I saw something that broke me. Alex was sitting on the bed. He was on his phone. He was smiling, laughing. I heard a woman's voice coming from the phone. "I can't wait to see you," the voice said. "Me too," Alex said. His voice was soft, warm, the way he used to talk to me. I stood there, frozen. My heart was pounding, my hands were shaking. He looked up. He saw me. His face went white. "Sarah," he said. "Who is that?" I asked. My voice was shaking. He ended the call. "It's not what you think." "Then what is it?" I asked. He did not answer. "Alex," I said, "who is she?" "She's a friend," he said. "Friends don't talk like that," I said. He looked down. "Sarah, I'm sorry." "Are you cheating on me?" I asked. I needed to hear him say it. He was quiet for a long time. Then he said, "I don't know." "You don't know?" My voice was louder now. "How can you not know?" "I met her a few months ago," he said, "at work. We just talk, but I think I have feelings for her." The room started to spin. I felt like I could not breathe. "But what about me?" I asked. "What about us?" "I don't know," he said again. "I'm confused. I care about you, but I also care about her." I sat down on the floor. My legs could not hold me anymore. Tears were falling down my face. "I gave you everything," I said. "Everything." "I know," he said, "and I'm sorry. But maybe that's the problem." "What do you mean?" I asked. "You gave too much," he said. "You lost yourself. And I don't know how to love that." His words felt like knives. Each one cut deeper than the last. "So this is my fault?" I asked. "No," he said. "It's my fault too. But Sarah, we're not good together anymore. Maybe we never were." I looked at him. This man I loved. This man I gave everything to. And I realized something. He was not worth it. He was never worth it. "I want you to leave," I said. "What?" he said. "Leave," I said. "Get out." "Sarah, let's talk about this," he said. "No," I said. "I'm done talking. I'm done giving. I'm done losing myself for someone who doesn't even see me." He stood up. He looked sad, but not as sad as he should. Not as sad as I was. "I'll pack my things," he said. "Good," I said. He left that night. He took his clothes, his books, his camera, and he walked out the door. I stood in the empty apartment. The silence was loud. So loud it hurt. I sat on the floor. I cried. I cried for hours. I cried until there were no tears left, only emptiness. But somewhere in that emptiness, I felt something else. Something small. Something quiet. Relief. The next few weeks were the hardest of my life. I woke up every morning and forgot he was gone. Then I remembered, and the pain would hit me all over again. I called in sick to work. I stayed in bed. I did not eat. I did not sleep. I just existed. But one morning, something changed. I woke up and I looked at the journal on my bedside table. I picked it up. I read the last thing I wrote. I gave him everything. But what did I keep for myself? Nothing. And I realized something. I could not do this anymore. I could not keep breaking for someone who was not even here. So I got up. I took a shower. I made tea. I sat at the window and I watched the rain. And I started to write. Not about him. About me. I wrote, "Today I choose myself. Today I start again." It was not easy. Healing never is. Some days were good. Some days were terrible. But slowly, I started to come back. I started going to work again. I started eating real meals. I started calling my friends. They were surprised, but they were kind. "We missed you," they said. "I missed me too," I said. I went back to my book club. I read stories about strong women, women who lost themselves and found themselves again. I started to do things I loved. I took long walks. I visited new cafes. I went to the library and I read for hours. One day, I looked in the mirror, and I saw someone different. Not the shadow I was before. Not the girl who gave everything away. I saw a woman, a strong woman. A woman who was learning to love herself. Months passed. I did not hear from Alex. I did not look for him. I did not check his social media. I let him go. And in letting him go, I found myself. 1 year later, I am standing at this window. The rain is falling. I am holding my tea, and I am thinking about everything I learned. I learned that love should not make you smaller. Love should make you grow. I learned that giving everything does not mean you love more. It means you love yourself less. I learned that you cannot save someone who does not want to be saved. And you cannot make someone love you by disappearing. I learned that the most important love is the love you give yourself. Because I loved him more than myself. And I lost myself. But in losing myself, I found something even more important. I found me. If you are listening to this story today, I want you to know something. You are worthy. You are valuable. You are enough. Just as you are. You do not need to give everything to be loved. You do not need to disappear to be seen. The right person will love you for who you are, not for who you pretend to be, not for how much you give. And until that person comes, love yourself. Choose yourself. Be kind to yourself, because you are the most important person in your life. Thank you for listening to my story. If this story touched your heart, please leave a like. And please comment below and tell me where you are listening from. I would love to hear from you. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel for more English learning stories. Stories that teach you English and touch your heart. Until next time, take care of yourself. And remember, sometimes love means learning to let go. And sometimes, the greatest love story is the one you write with yourself. You are stronger than you know. You are braver than you think. And you deserve a love that sees you. All of you, be kind to yourself today and every day. I sit in the kitchen. The morning light comes through the window, soft and pale. I make coffee, the same coffee I make every morning. Black, no sugar. I watch the steam rise from the cup. It moves slowly, like smoke, like memories. My name is Marcus. I'm 31 years old, and I'm in a relationship that feels empty. A relationship that looks right from the outside, but feels wrong on the inside. Her name is Claire. She is kind. She is smart. She is beautiful. She loves me. But I do not love her back. Not the way I should. Not the way she deserves. And I do not know what to do. I take my coffee to the small table by the window. I sit down. The chair is cold. Everything feels cold these days, even when the sun is shining. I look at my phone. There are 3 messages from Claire. Good morning, baby. I miss you. Can't wait to see you tonight. I stare at the words. I should feel happy. I should feel something warm. But all I feel is guilt. Heavy guilt that sits in my chest like a stone. I type back, good morning. See you tonight. I do not say I miss her, because I do not, and I hate myself for it. Where are you listening from today? I hope you are somewhere that feels like home. Claire and I have been together for 2 years, 2 long years. We met at a friend's wedding. She was wearing a green dress. She smiled at me from across the room. She came over to talk. She was easy to talk to, friendly, open. She laughed at my jokes. She touched my arm when she spoke. At the end of the night, she gave me her number. Call me, she said. I did. We went on a date, then another, then another. Everyone said we were perfect together. My friends, her friends. My mother loved her. She's a good woman, my mother said. Don't let her go. 6 months later, I asked her to be my girlfriend. Not because I was deeply in love, but because it felt like the right thing to do. She said yes. She was so happy. Her eyes shined. She kissed me, and I kissed her back. But inside, I felt nothing, just emptiness. I told myself it would grow. Love takes time. Love is not always fireworks and passion. Sometimes love is quiet, steady, safe. So I stayed. I tried. I really tried. But 2 years later, I still feel the same. Empty, tired, stuck. Claire does everything right. She cooks my favourite meals. She asks about my day. She holds my hand when we walk. She kisses me goodnight. She says she loves me every single day. And I say it back. I love you too. But the words feel fake, like I am reading lines from a script, like I am playing a character in a play. She does not see it, or maybe she does not want to see it. She is happy. She talks about our future, about marriage, about children, about growing old together. And every time she does, I feel like I am drowning. One evening we are sitting on the couch. She is leaning against me. We are watching a movie, some romantic movie she picked. She takes my hand. She holds it tight. Her hand is warm, soft. I'm so happy, she says. Are you happy? I look at her. Her eyes are full of hope, full of love. Yes, I lie. I'm happy. She smiles. She kisses my cheek. Good, because you're my whole world. My whole world. Those words should make me feel special, but they make me feel trapped. That night, after she falls asleep, I get up. I go to the kitchen. I sit in the dark. I take out my journal. I write every night. When she is sleeping, when I am alone. It is the only place I can be honest. I write. She held my hand tonight. She always holds my hand. But she never holds my heart. Because my heart is not there to hold. I don't know where it is. I don't know where I am. I feel lost. I feel like a bad person because she loves me, and I cannot love her back. I close the journal. I put my head in my hands. I want to cry. But the tears do not come. The next day is Saturday. Claire comes over in the morning. She brings pastries from the bakery. She is wearing a yellow sweater. She looks pretty. I thought we could have breakfast together, she says. That's nice, I say. We sit at the table. We eat. She talks about her week, about her job, about her sister's new baby. She is always talking, always filling the silence. I nod. I smile. I say the right things. But I am not really there. I am somewhere else. Somewhere far away. Marcus, she says, are you listening? Yes, I say. Sorry, I'm just tired. You're always tired lately, she says. She looks worried. Are you okay? I'm fine, I say. Are you sure? She asks. She reaches across the table. She touches my hand. You can talk to me. About anything. I look at her hand on mine. So gentle. So kind. I know, I say. I'm just stressed about work. It is another lie. Work is fine. Everything is fine. Except me. Except us. She smiles. Okay, but remember, I'm here for you. Always. I know, I say. After breakfast, she wants to go for a walk. We walk through the park. The leaves are falling, red and orange and yellow. The air is cool. She holds my hand. She always holds my hand. In public, in private, always. People look at us. They see a happy couple. They see two people in love. But they do not see the truth. They do not see the emptiness. We sit on the bench. She leans her head on my shoulder. This is perfect, she says. Yeah, I say. But it is not perfect. Nothing about this is perfect. A woman walks by with a dog, a small brown dog. Claire smiles. I want a dog someday, she says, when we get married, when we have a house. When we get married. She says it so easily, like it is already decided, like it is already real. My stomach turns. Claire, I say, we've never really talked about marriage. I know, she says, but I thought, we've been together for 2 years. I just assumed. Assumed what? I ask. That. We're heading there, she says. She sits up. She looks at me. Aren't we? I do not know what to say. I do not want to hurt her. But I also cannot lie anymore. Not about this. I don't know, I say. Her face changes. The smile disappears. What do you mean you don't know? I haven't thought about it much, I say. You haven't thought about marrying me? She asks. Her voice is quiet. Hurt. It's not that, I say. It's just, I don't know if I'm ready. Ready, she says. Marcus, we've been together for 2 years. How much more ready do you need to be? I look away. I cannot look at her face. I cannot see the pain I am causing. I'm sorry, I say. She stands up. Let's go home. We walk back in silence. She does not hold my hand. For the first time in 2 years, she does not hold my hand. And I feel relieved. And that relief makes me feel even worse. That night, I cannot sleep. I lie in bed. I stare at the ceiling. I think about Claire, about us, about what I am doing. I am wasting her time. I am wasting my time. I am living a lie. And for what? Because I am afraid to be alone? Because I am afraid to hurt her? But I am hurting her anyway, just slowly, quietly. The next morning I wake up early. I make tea. I sit at the window. The rain is falling, soft and steady. I take out my journal. I write. I have to tell her the truth. I have to end this. It is not fair to her. It is not fair to me. But I am scared. So scared. I hear my phone buzz. It is Claire. Can we talk today? My heart sinks. She knows. She must know. Yes, come over at noon. Okay. I spend the morning cleaning the apartment. I do not know why. Maybe it is easier to clean than to think. Maybe I just need something to do with my hands. At noon, there is a knock on the door. I open it. Claire is standing there. She is not smiling. Her eyes are red. She has been crying. Hi, she says. Hi, I say. Come in. She walks in. She sits on the couch. I sit across from her. There is space between us. More space than usual. We need to talk, she says. I know, I say. I couldn't sleep last night, she says. I kept thinking about what you said, about not being ready, about not thinking about marriage. Claire, let me finish, she says. Her voice is shaking. I need to ask you something.
And I need you to be honest with me. Okay, I say. Do you love me? She asks. The question hangs in the air. Heavy. Painful. I want to lie. I want to say yes. I want to make this easier. But I cannot. Not anymore. I care about you, I say. A lot. That's not what I asked, she says. Do you love me? I look down. I cannot look at her. Not the way you deserve, I say quietly. I hear her breath catch. I hear her start to cry. How long? She asks. How long have you felt this way? I don't know, I say.
Maybe always. Always? She says. Her voice breaks. You never loved me? I tried, I say. I really tried. I wanted to. I wanted to feel what you feel. But I can't. She stands up. She walks to the window. Her back is to me. Her shoulders are shaking. Why didn't you tell me? She asks. Why did you let me believe we had a future? Because I thought it would change, I say. I thought love would grow. I thought if I stayed, if I tried hard enough, I would start to feel it. But you didn't, she says. No, I say. I didn't. She turns around. Her face is wet with tears. Do you know what this feels like? To love someone with your whole heart and know they don't love you back? I'm sorry, I say. I'm so sorry. Sorry doesn't fix this, she says. Sorry doesn't give me back 2 years. She is right. I know she is right. You should have told me, she says. From the beginning. You should have been honest. I know, I say. You're right. I was selfish. I was a coward. Yes, she says. You were. She wipes her eyes. She takes a deep breath. I need to go, she says. Claire, wait. No, she says. There's nothing left to say. You don't love me. You never did. And I can't stay with someone who doesn't love me. She walks to the door. She opens it. Then she stops. She looks back at me. I really loved you, she says. I would have given you everything. I know, I say. I hope you find what you're looking for, she says. I hope you find someone who makes you feel the way I felt about you. And then she leaves. The door closes, and she is gone. I sit there in the silence, the empty, heavy silence. And finally, the tears come. I cry for her, for the pain I caused, for the time we lost, for the love she gave that I could not return. But I also cry for me, for the years I spent pretending, for the life I was living that was not really mine. The next few weeks are hard, very hard. I wake up and I feel guilty. I go through the day and I feel guilty. I go to sleep and I dream about her crying face. My friends ask what happened. I tell them we broke up. They ask why. I do not tell them the truth. I just say we were not right for each other. My mother calls. She is disappointed. She was a good woman, she says. I know, I say. Then why did you let her go? Because she deserved better, I say. My mother is quiet for a moment. Then she says, "Maybe you did too." I think about those words a lot. Maybe I did deserve better. Not better than Claire, but better than a relationship built on lies. 1 month later, I am sitting in a cafe. I am drinking coffee. I am reading a book. The cafe is quiet, peaceful. A woman walks in. She has short red hair. She is wearing a brown coat. She orders tea. She sits at the table next to mine. She opens her laptop. She starts to work. I watch her for a moment. There is something about her. Something calm. Something real. She looks up. She catches me watching. I look away quickly. "Sorry," I say. "I didn't mean to stare." She smiles. "It's okay." She goes back to her work. I go back to my book. But I cannot focus. After a few minutes, she speaks again. "Is that any good?" she asks. She nods at my book. I look at the cover. "Yeah," I say. "It's about finding yourself. About starting over." "Sounds like what I need," she says. "Me too," I say. She smiles. "I'm Nora." "Marcus," I say. "Nice to meet you, Marcus." "Nice to meet you too." We talk for an hour, maybe more, about books, about life, about change. She is easy to talk to, not because she fills the silence, but because the silence with her does not feel empty. When she stands to leave, she hesitates. "I come here every Saturday," she says. "Maybe I'll see you again?" "Maybe," I say. "I'd like that." She smiles, and it is a genuine smile, not forced, not expected, just real. After she leaves, I sit there for a long time. I think about Claire, about how I hurt her, about how I hurt myself by staying in something that was not real. And I think about Nora, about how talking to her felt different, easy, natural. I do not know if Nora will be someone important. I do not know if I will see her again. But for the first time in a long time, I feel something. Not love, not yet, but possibility, hope, a small spark. I take out my journal. I write, "I held Claire's hand for 2 years, but I never gave her my heart. Not because she did not deserve it, but because I was not ready. I was not honest. I was not brave. I hurt her, and I am sorry. But I also learned something. I learned that love cannot be forced. It cannot be faked. And it is better to be alone and honest than together and lying." I close the journal. I look out the window. The rain has stopped. The sun is coming out. And I feel lighter. Not happy yet, but lighter. The weeks pass. I see Nora at the cafe every Saturday. We talk, we laugh, we share stories. Slowly, carefully, I start to feel something real. I do not rush it. I do not force it. I just let it be. One day she asks me about my past. "Have you been in love before?" she asks. I think about the question, really think about it.
I've been in a relationship, I say, but I don't think I was ever really in love. What happened? She asks. I wasn't honest, I say, with her or with myself, and I hurt her because of it. Nora nods. We all make mistakes. Yeah, I say, but some mistakes hurt people. True, she says, but the fact that you recognize it means you've grown. I look at her, her kind eyes, her gentle smile. I don't want to make the same mistake again, I say. Then don't, she says. Be honest with yourself and with whoever comes into your life. What if I'm not ready? I ask. Then say that, she says. Honesty is always better than pretending. I know she is right, and for the first time, I feel ready. Ready to be honest. Ready to be real. Ready to open my heart. Not because I have to, but because I want to. 6 months later, Nora and I are together. Really together. And it feels different than anything I have ever known. When she holds my hand, I feel it. Really feel it. When she says she loves me, I say it back. And I mean it. Because this is real. This is honest. This is right. I think about Claire sometimes. I hope she's happy. I hope she found someone who loves her the way she deserves. Someone who gives her their whole heart. And I forgive myself for the mistakes I made, for the pain I caused, because I learned from it, and I am better now. If you are listening to this story today, I want to tell you something. Sometimes we stay in relationships because we are afraid of being alone, afraid of hurting someone, afraid of change. But staying when your heart is not in it is not kind. It is not love. It is lying. And the truth, even when it hurts, is always better than a lie. If you are not in love, be honest. If you are not happy, be honest. You deserve honesty, and so does the other person. It is scary. It is hard. But it is necessary, because real love starts with truth, and real happiness starts with being honest with yourself. Thank you for listening to my story. If this story spoke to you, please leave a like, and please comment below and tell me where you are listening from. I love hearing from you. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel for more English learning stories that touch your heart and help you grow. Until next time, remember, sometimes love grows slowly, but it cannot grow at all if it is built on lies. Be brave. Be honest. Be true to yourself and others. You deserve real love, not pretend love, and so does everyone else. Take care of yourself and choose honesty. Always. I sit by the window. My hands hold a warm cup of coffee. Outside, the rain falls, soft, steady. My name is Sophie. I'm 25 years old. I work at a small art gallery. I hang paintings. I greet visitors. I watch people look at beautiful things. But I don't feel beautiful. I feel invisible. For 3 years, I loved someone. I loved him in silence. I never told him. I never spoke the words. His name is Ben. Today, I want to tell you my story. A story about secret love, about fear, about finding my voice. Before I begin, I want to ask you something.
Where are you listening from? Are you drinking coffee too? Are you by a window? Please write in the comments. I want to know you're there. I met Ben 3 years ago, in autumn. The leaves were red and gold. The air was cool. I was new at the gallery. It was my first week. I was nervous, scared. I was hanging a painting, a big one, heavy. My hands were shaking. Do you need help? I turned around. A man stood there. Tall, dark hair, kind eyes. Yes, please, I said. He smiled. He helped me lift the painting. We hung it together. Thank you, I said. You're welcome, he said. I'm Ben. I work here too, in the back, framing. I'm Sophie, I said. Nice to meet you, Sophie, he said. That was the first time my heart felt something warm, something bright. Ben and I worked in the same building, but in different rooms. He was in the back, I was in the front. Sometimes I saw him, in the hallway, in the break room, at lunch. Hi, Sophie, he would say. Hi, Ben, I would say. That was all, just 2 words. But those 2 words made my day better. I started watching him. I know it sounds strange, but I couldn't help it. I watched the way he smiled, the way he laughed, the way he held his coffee cup with both hands. I watched him talk to other people. He was kind, funny. Everyone liked him. I liked him too. More than liked. I loved him. But I never said anything. Every day was the same. I came to work. I saw Ben. I smiled. I said hello. Then I went back to my room, my heart beating fast. At night I went home. I sat at my desk. I opened my journal. I wrote. Dear Journal, I saw Ben today. He wore a blue shirt. It made his eyes look brighter. He smiled at me. My heart jumped. I wish I could talk to him. Really talk. But I don't know how. What if he doesn't like me? What if I say something stupid? It's easier to stay quiet, safer. I wrote this every night, pages and pages, all about Ben, all about my secret love. One day, Ben did something small, but it meant everything to me. It was winter, December, cold, snow was falling. I was in the break room, making tea. My hands were cold. I was alone. Ben walked in. Hi, Sophie, he said. Hi, Ben, I said. He made coffee. We stood there, in silence. Then he said, You always drink tea, green tea, right? I looked at him, surprised. Yes, how did you know? He smiled. I notice things. My heart stopped. He noticed. He noticed me. Do you like it here? He asked. At the gallery? Yes, I said. I love art. Me too, he said. That's why I stay, even though framing is hard work. We talked for 10 minutes about art, about work, about winter. It was the longest conversation we ever had, and I didn't want it to end. But then his phone rang. He had to go back to work. See you later, Sophie, he said. See you, I said. I stood there, alone, holding my tea, smiling. After that day, Ben and I talked more. Little conversations. In the break room. In the hallway.
How was your weekend?
Good. Quiet. Yours?
Same. I went to a museum.
That sounds nice. Simple words, but each word felt important, special. I started looking forward to these moments. I started coming to the break room at the same time as him, helping to see him. Sometimes he was there, sometimes he wasn't. But when he was, my whole day felt lighter. One day, I learned something that made my heart hurt. I was in the front room, arranging flowers. We always had fresh flowers in the gallery. My coworker, Lisa, walked in. She was talking on the phone, loud. "Yes, Ben is so nice. Everyone loves him," she said. "And did you know? He has a girlfriend, Sarah. They've been together for 2 years." I stopped moving. My hands felt cold, empty. Girlfriend. He has a girlfriend. I don't know why I was surprised. Of course he did. Someone like Ben, kind, funny, handsome. Of course someone loved him. But it still hurt. It hurt so much. That night, I cried. I sat on my bed. I held my journal. I cried. Dear journal, he has a girlfriend. I knew it was too good to be true. Why did I think he could ever love me? I'm so stupid. So stupid for loving him, for hoping. But I can't stop. Even now, I can't stop loving him. I closed the journal. I lay down. I stared at the ceiling. I felt empty, tired, sad. But I didn't stop going to work. I didn't stop seeing Ben. I just learned to hide my feelings better. Months passed. Winter turned to spring. Spring turned to summer. Ben and I still talked, still smiled, still said hello. But now, I knew. I knew he belonged to someone else. I tried to move on. I went on dates. I met other men. But none of them were Ben. None of them made me feel the way he did. So I stayed in my silence, loving him, from far away. One day, something changed. Something I didn't expect. I was at work, in the front room. A woman walked in. Pretty, long brown hair, smiling. "Hi," she said. "Is Ben here? I'm his girlfriend, Sarah." My heart sank. This was her, Sarah. "He's in the back," I said. "I can get him for you." "Thank you," she said. I walked to the back room. I found Ben. He was working on a frame. "Ben," I said, "your girlfriend is here." He looked up. "Sarah's here?" "Yes," I said. He smiled. "Thanks, Sophie." He walked past me. I watched him go. I watched him hug Sarah. I watched them laugh. I turned away. I felt tears in my eyes. I went to the bathroom. I locked the door. I cried. That night, I wrote in my journal, "Dear journal, I saw her today, Sarah. She's beautiful. She's perfect. Of course Ben loves her. I can't do this anymore. I can't keep loving him. It's too hard. It hurts too much. I need to let go. I need to move on. But I didn't know how. How do you stop loving someone? How do you turn off your heart? 2 weeks later, something happened. Something big. I was at work. Ben came to the front room. He looked sad, tired. "Sophie," he said, "can we talk?" "Of course," I said. We went to the break room. He sat down. I sat across from him. "Are you okay?" I asked. He shook his head. "Sarah and I broke up." I felt my heart stop. "What?" "We broke up," he said again. "Last week." "I'm sorry," I said. And I meant it, even though part of me felt something else, something I didn't want to name. "It's okay," he said. "We weren't right for each other. We wanted different things." He looked at me. "Can I tell you something, Sophie?" "Yes," I said. "I've always liked talking to you," he said. "You're different, quiet, but in a good way. You listen. You notice things." My heart was beating so fast, too fast. "Thank you," I said. My voice was small. "I don't know," he said. "I just wanted to tell you that. You're a good person, Sophie." Then he left. I sat there, alone, confused, hopeful, scared. The next few weeks were strange. Ben and I talked more. He came to the front room often. We had coffee together. We talked about art, about life, about everything. I started to wonder, was this my chance? Should I tell him? Should I say how I feel? But fear stopped me, every time. What if he doesn't feel the same? What if I ruin everything? What if I lose him completely? So I stayed silent, again. One evening, I was closing the gallery. It was late. Everyone had gone home, except Ben. He was still in the back room. I could see the light under the door. I knocked. "Ben, are you still here?" "Yes," he said. "Come in." I opened the door. He was sitting at his desk, alone. "Why are you still here?" I asked. "I could ask you the same thing," he said. I smiled a little. I had to finish some work. "Me too," he said. We stood in silence. Then he said, "Sophie, can I ask you something?" "Okay," I said. "Do you ever feel like you're hiding?" he asked. "Like you're not saying what you really want to say?" I felt my breath catch. "Yes, all the time." He looked at me, really looked at me. "Why?" "Because I'm scared," I said. My voice was shaking. Scared of being hurt. Scared of being rejected. "Me too," he said. "I think that's why Sarah and I didn't work. I was hiding, not being honest. Not with her. Not with myself." "What do you mean?" I asked. He stood up. He walked toward me. "I mean, I think I've been afraid to say what I really feel to the person I really care about." My heart was pounding. "Who?" He looked into my eyes. "You, Sophie." I couldn't breathe. I couldn't speak. "I like you," he said. "I've liked you for a long time. But I didn't know how to say it. I thought you didn't feel the same. You're always so quiet, so distant." "I'm not distant," I said. Tears were in my eyes. "I'm scared. I've loved you for 3 years, Ben. 3 years. But I never said anything because I thought you'd never love me back." His eyes went wide. 3 years? I nodded. 3 years. He stepped closer.
Sophie, I'm an idiot.
No, you're not, I said.
Yes, I am, he said. I wasted so much time. I should have told you. I should have been brave.
I should have too, I said. He reached out. He took my hand. His hand was warm, strong.
Can we stop being scared?
He asked. I think so, I said. He smiled.
Good.
Then he kissed me, soft, gentle, like rain on a window. And for the first time in 3 years, I didn't feel invisible. I felt seen. I felt loved. That was 6 months ago. Ben and I are together now, really together. We still work at the gallery. We still have coffee in the break room. But now, we hold hands. We laugh. We kiss. I still write in my journal, but now, I write different things. Dear Journal, I told him. I finally told him, and he loved me back. I wasted 3 years being silent, being scared, but I'm not scared anymore. Love is worth the risk. Love is worth the fear. I learned something important.